Hello guys, and welcome to your market report for this. Today is January 28th, 2019, a Monday, and the markets are just about ready to open up this morning. So let's get right started here. First thing we want to do is open up the charts. So what we'll do is we'll get on the silver price first, and we'll start right here, opening the charts. Now we're going to pull down and take a look at the silver price today. $15.59 today on silver. We're down 12 cents. You know, there's something going on with the markets today. I got to get right in there and find out what's going on because the futures weren't looking good this morning. Let's just take a look here at the gold price while we're in these particular charts. We're looking at down $4.90. Now, gold is remaining a little bit more stubborn about the price dropping than silver. Silver's going down a little bit quicker than gold today, percentage-wise. Now, what we're going to look at now is cryptocurrencies. We're going to take a look at the Bitcoin price this morning. Looking at $3,411 right now. It took a little bit of a drop, you know, in the last little while, in the last day or so. It was up around 35.50, and here's where we see the drop right here. It says 34.81, and we've seen quite a little drop. It went down to $3,357, and it has recovered a little bit since then, but not sufficiently. It's still down. It's still down quite a bit of the drop at $3,413. So now let's take a look at cryptocurrency market capitalizations. And what we see is we see the market cap at 113 billion. Now remember last week it was running at $120 billion market cap. So it's lost about $7 billion of market cap, with a Bitcoin dominance of 53.6%. We see all the coins are diving here on the cryptocurrency. Not good news, you know, for cryptocurrency investors. Cryptocurrency hasn't been doing that good lately. It's been in an awful bear market for quite a little while now. And I'm not sure how much room it has left to go down, whether it'll break through support and go down possibly below the $2,900 mark, but the lower it goes, the better of a value it's actually going to be. So for people that are cryptocurrency investors, might want to keep their eye on that. I don't know how I got on EOS here. Just a second. Let me go back to. We're looking at Bitcoin itself falling off 3.3%. Some of the biggest fallers are Ethereum. Ethereum took an awful beating this morning. It's down to $105.04. I'm going to tell you, at some point in the future, we might look back and we might say, oh my goodness, look at those prices, how low they were. Because you know cryptocurrency is going to be the wave of the future. Don't listen to these guys out there who say it's dying. They said the same thing last time when we hit low prices on cryptocurrencies. So now let's take a look at the stock market. It should be open by now. I'm going to need to refresh the page. I got to move the chart just a little bit here and refresh the page. 257 points down this morning. Something's up, you know. There's a lot of volatility out there today, and something big is up with the stock market that's adding volatility to it. So, I'm not exactly sure yet what. I haven't checked the news on that yet. I'm going to have to later this afternoon and find out what's going on that's giving it so much volatility today. Let's take a look at oil. Oil is 52.08. It's down $1.61. Now you know what? That's a big drop for oil. Big drop. You know, 52.08. Oil prices start to drop. It starts to affect the market. That might be what's setting the market on edge, but I'm not quite sure yet. I have to find out. Let's take a look at bonds and rates. Okay, what do we see here? Dow drops 300 points after poor outlook from Caterpillar and NVIDIA. Well, there we go. Now I know what's causing the market to drop so much. It's Caterpillar must have had a really bad outlook. Now this is the bond markets, and what we're seeing is a mixed bag. We're seeing the short end of the curve rising, and we're seeing the long end of the curve falling. But really, it's only marginal. It's only small amounts that's moving. In the middle of this market, the bond market, we're finding it completely unchanged. So the middle's not moving at all. Let's take a look now at the U.S. dollar index. 95.86 on the U.S. dollar index. We're seeing that the dollar has had a lot of weakness lately, and this has all got to do with what the Fed's been talking about. Talk. It's all just talk. Of course, they haven't taken any real action yet, but the markets are responding to this talk as if it is real action, and it's not. And so what we might actually see with the dollar here is, because of this, is we could actually see the dollar actually start to, if the Fed actually continues with their plans of quantitative tightening and raising interest rates, we could actually see the dollar gain a little bit of strength, whereas they're already starting to price in this talk, and so we got to watch out for that. Now, talk about Deutsche Bank for a minute. Deutsche Bank, they've had a little, their stock has went up a little bit, over the past few days. Let me just pull it up here real quick. Deutsche Bank stock, here we go. We'll take a look, and today it's falling now. It's falling back down. If we take a look at the last month, this shows it going up over the last month. Let's take a look at 6 months here. They haven't completed the chart here. It just shows it going up. But today she's fallen. She would be back down around that level right there. A little bit lower than it was yesterday. It's down. Anyway, it's down 0.75 of 1% today. So Deutsche Bank, they must have been finding some buyers for Deutsche Bank stock. Somebody's buying it. Silly. I think it's silly them buying into bonds right now, but they consider bonds to be the most safe haven asset next to the yen. Can you believe that they would actually think the yen is the next safe haven asset, better than gold? Places better than gold. Gold is number 3 on the safe haven assets. Can you imagine the yen? The Japanese, honest to God, the yen should be in hyperinflation, considering how much yen that they've printed into existence. But this is all bank manipulation that keeps these prices the way they are. And we all know when you manipulate things through a Ponzi scheme, and that's basically what this is, eventually it all falls apart and the whole thing falls to pieces, and we have a collapse. It's got to do with the way the central banks have been actually financially engineering the system. They're gaming the system. There's no other way of putting it. The central banks of the world are gaming the system, and through a Ponzi scheme, an enormous Ponzi scheme. And they're trying to keep this thing going as long as they can. Honest to God, they've kicked the can down the road a long way. So, thank you guys for listening to my report. And the markets are a little bit funny today. There's a little bit something going on, I think, more than just Caterpillar. This morning, with the up and down swings in the market, watching the futures and everything, it's just like the markets are on edge. They're really on edge. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you in the next show. Bye-bye, guys.